Tonight's headlines: President Marcos vows to invest more on transportation projects. Vice President Sara Duterte calls for effective flood control infrastructure. Carlito Galvez named Defense Secretary. Philippines records 3,127 new COVID-19 cases. Trough of LPA and Amihan to trigger rains. Gasoline, diesel, and kerosene prices down Tuesday. And Philippine stocks close over 1 month high. Good evening. Today is Monday, January 9, 2023. I am Elmer Navarro Manuel, and this is Tribune News on Q. Here are the stories for this evening. President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. on Monday committed to invest in projects that will continue to improve the Philippines' transportation system, saying this will benefit the country's economy. The chief executive graced the Metro Manila subway project's launching of the tunnel boring machine in Valenzuela City. According to Marcos, the launching of the tunnel boring machine is a testament to the administration's commitment to continue the projects of the previous administration and, more importantly, build better more. The president also thanked the government of Japan and the Japan International Cooperation Agency for being active partners in the fulfillment of the country's infrastructure program, not only for the particular project but in the many years past. Vice President Sara Duterte on Monday emphasized the need for effective flood control infrastructure and disaster management response in communities following the flooding incident in Bulacan due to the release of water from Angat and Ipo dams. In her speech during the Minasa Festival 2023, Duterte expressed sympathies to hundreds of families in Bulacan, particularly in Norzagaray, who had to evacuate over the weekend when their areas were flooded after Angat Dam and Ipo Dam released water due to continuous rains. With this, she stressed how people could alleviate their fears and avoid tragedies by preparing ahead and following the instructions of authorities in times of crisis. Duterte also said that the resiliency of local communities depend on strengthening existing risk reduction mechanisms, disaster preparedness strategies, and emergency interventions. President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. has named Presidential Advisor on Peace, Reconciliation, and Unity Secretary Carlito Galvez Jr. as Secretary of the Department of National Defense. According to the Presidential Communications Office on Monday, Galvez accepted the post offered by the President as Malacanang announced the resignation of DND Officer in Charge Jose Faustino Jr. The palace said Marcos has accepted Faustino's resignation but did not provide the reason for it. Faustino's resignation came after the change of leadership in the Armed Forces of the Philippines, with General Andres Centino replacing Lieutenant General Bartolome Bacaro as its chief. Tribune News on Q will be back after these reminders.
Mga impormasyong direktang makukuha mula sa sources at diretsahang usapan. Yan ang atid namin sa inyo sa programang Straight Talk. Samahan nyo kami sa makabuluhang talakayan live tuwing Martes alas 10 ng umaga sa official Facebook page ng Daily Tribune at Tribune Now on YouTube. Be updated sa news and happenings katribu. Hatid ng Daily Tribune sa inyo ang mga balitang napapanahon sa loob at labas ng bansa. Kami na ang bahala sa paghahatid sa inyo ng mga latest and reliable news. We got you covered sa programang Tribune News on Q. Mapapanood mula umaga hanggang gabi, Lunes hanggang Biyernes sa Daily Tribune Facebook page at Tribune Now on YouTube.
In other news, the Department of Health reported on Monday that the country registered 3,127 new COVID-19 infections from January 2 to January 8, 2023. According to the agency's latest bulletin, the number of cases recorded from January 2 to January 8 was lower than the 3,458 cases logged from December 26, 2022 to January 1, 2023. The daily case average for the recent week was 447, 9% lower than the previous 494. DOH officer in charge Maria Rosario Vergere earlier said there is a possibility that COVID-19 infections would again increase due to the gatherings over the holidays, but stressed that the hospitals are ready should this happen. State Weather Bureau Pagasa announced that the trough of the low-pressure area and the northeast monsoon, or Amihan, will continue to bring rains in several parts of the country. Cloudy skies with scattered rain showers and thunderstorms will prevail in Visayas, Mindanao, Albay, Sorsogon, Masbate, and Catanduanes due to the trough of the LPA. The Amihan, meanwhile, will bring cloudy skies with rains in Cagayan Valley, Cordillera Region, Quezon, Aurora, Marinduque, Romblon, Occidental Mindoro, Oriental Mindoro, and the rest of Bicol Region, and partly cloudy to cloudy skies with light rains in Metro Manila and the rest of Luzon. Moderate to strong forecast winds and moderate to rough coastal waters are expected in the country due to the weather systems. In business, pump prices of petroleum products will be rolled back this week following several rounds of increases implemented by oil firms. In separate advisories, Chevron Philippines Incorporated, Petron Corporation, Pilipinas Shell Petroleum Corporation, and Sea-Oil Philippines Corporation said they will lower prices per liter of gasoline by 75 cents, diesel by 2 pesos and 80 cents, and kerosene by 2 pesos and 10 cents. Clean Fuel, Petrogas, and PTT Philippines Corporation will implement the same changes, excluding kerosene, which they do not carry. The changes will take effect at 6 a.m. on Tuesday, January 10 for all the firms except for Clean Fuel, which will adjust prices at 8:01 a.m. and Caltex at 12:01 a.m. the same day. Other firms have yet to make similar announcements for the week. And risk-on sentiments returned to the local bourse on Monday, lifting the main index while the peso ended on positive note against the US dollar. The Philippine Stock Exchange Index rose by 1.83% or 122.27 points to 6,790.24 at the closing bell. The broader all shares followed with a jump of 1.59% or 55.90 points to 3,568.97. Rihina Capital Development Corporation Head of Sales Luis Limlingan traced the optimism to the positive close of the U.S. stocks at the end of last week after an employment report showed wage gains slowed in December. Volume reached 2.46 billion shares amounting to 6.41 billion pesos. Advancers led decliners at 148 to 47 while 43 shares were unchanged. Meanwhile, gains in the local bourse were mirrored by the local currency after it ended the day at 55.11 from 55.64 at the end of last week's trading. That wraps up the stories tonight. Catch us again tomorrow at 9:30 p.m. only here at Daily Tribune's Facebook page. Again, this is Elmer Navarro Manuel and you're watching Tribune News on Q. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay at home. Good night, and God bless us all.
Catch the latest news on our website, tribune.net.ph. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Tribune Now. Download the Daily Tribune app on Apple Store for iOS and Google Play for Android to get the latest and most comprehensive news online. Daily Tribune invites you to join its vibrant community, Katribu, to get updates on the hottest news on politics, business, sports, lifestyle, and entertainment. Emoticons of the Tribune mascot Tercito are available on our community Viber.
guy that set you free. I've gotta find a way. I've gotta find the status hope for us. Need to make you stay. What if I only hold you? Versus the French girl. Isang banda galing Batangas na nakakamangha, pero ngayon magpapakitang gilas. Recorded live, Daily Tribune, Drum Master 69. Pakitaan mo ng isang malupit na drum solo. Pakita mo. Street drip style, yo, freestyle, yo, check it. This is freestyle, yes. We're awesome, we're awesome, we're superstars, we're superstars. It's all random from the top of my head, yes. I don't know what to say next. Sometimes when I freestyle, I remember I'm not a rapper, so rock naman, rock. You'd see me, wasn't there, the signs were clear, they're always so deceiving. I wanna hold you, I wanna hold you, I gotta hold you tight. I need to hold you, I need to hold you, I need to hold you tight. Butterfly, am I too late? I never thought you'd leave me. You said goodbye with broken eyes. I end up one believing. I've gotta hold you, I've gotta hold you, I've gotta hold you. Internet people! Gotta hold you, I've gotta hold you, I've gotta hold you. Mama! Gotta hold you, I've gotta hold you, I've gotta hold you. Mahigpit! I've gotta hold you, I've gotta hold you, I've gotta hold you tight. Mic put down.